Hello everyone and welcome to MHC Tech Talks. In today's video, I will be doing the in-depth review of the phone Moto G5S Plus. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Let me give you a quick overview of this phone, like how it looks. Definitely it looks great. At above we have 3.5 mm audio jack. Then at the right side we have volume rockers and power key. Then here we have fingerprint sensor, which is pretty fast. And then at the bottom we have mic, then USB charging point, and then we have speakers. It would be good if Moto would have provided dual speaker, but nevertheless this one also works fine. Display is good. Here you can find front facing camera. They have provided front flash. At the back side you find the Moto branding with a slight dimple here, and then maybe here, maybe China, made in China they have written. Dual camera setup is there with dual tone LED flash. So in all, it's a good phone. It looks very premium. So let's see how it works. So to begin with, I will quickly tell you the specs of this phone. This one has got 5.5 inches full HD display. It has got dual camera setup, of which both the cameras are 13 megapixel. The front facing camera is of 8 megapixel with front flash. And then it has got fingerprint reader over here. Then it has got NFC support. It runs on Snapdragon 625 processor. It has got 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of internal memory. The other specifications you can find on screen. Now moving ahead with the video. This video will be divided into pros and cons, and by having pros and cons you can decide whether you want to purchase this phone or not. So let's start. So to begin with, first of all I will take you to the settings. So the display is good and the UI is stock Android, and I will now quickly go to settings. Let's see something about phone. So I will go to about phone, and as you can see, it has Android version 7.1.1. so it has Nougat, and maybe Oreo updates would be rolled out soon. Let's wait for the official updates from Motorola for this. And but the sad part is, if you can see, the security patch is of June. I believe already 4 or 5 months have passed for the security patch. Maybe Motorola would be launching the security patch soon. So now let's start with pros. So what I like about this phone is, the first and foremost thing is the look of this phone. Definitely this one has got premium look, and I had already reviewed the predecessor of this phone, which is Moto G5 Plus. You can find the link in the description. So that had also got a premium finish, but I must say there are a lot of improvements as far as ergonomics are concerned in this phone, and definitely they have provided some top-notch features as far as the aesthetics of the phone are concerned. So definitely full marks on the looks and the feel of this for this phone. And now moving on to the second thing which I liked is the fingerprint is very much responsive. And having said that, again Google Assistant is out of the box in this one, and I had already made a video on Google Assistant with the Moto G5 Plus. Again, I will leave the link in the description for you guys. You can have a look at it. And similarly, this also does have the Google Assistant, and I had tested it. And again we have navigation keys. I mean, this fingerprint sensor can also be used as a button, and it can be used to go back to the previous screen. And now moving to the storage space which it has, I checked it, and I found that Out of 64 GB, 12 GB is already used for OS and other apps, so maybe we get around 52 GB of space. That is enough for the users as they have opted for 64 GB. So this is good, and RAM optimization is provided in this phone, and due to which I didn't find any lags. I did open a lot of apps, and I did try playing a few games in it, and those were running very fluently. So I do give good marks on to this phone for performance wise this phone is good, and as I told, look wise already this phone is good. The next good thing about this is the display is pretty good, and what I felt is it's very much responsive, and till now have not faced any lag in this. I opened a lot of apps previously, but it looks fine to me as of now. And yeah, there are few of the apps which are already installed in it, but yeah, we do have an option to remove them, so this is there. Now let's see about the talking point of this phone. The camera is the talking point of the phone, and I must say the camera is good, but unlike other manufacturers which provide dual cameras, this one has provided two lenses, of which one is the RGB sensor and another one is monochromatic sensor. So usually they have focused on the depth effect. So talking about camera is pretty decent in this one, and in fact it is good for few reasons. And as you can see, the camera app is similar to the one which we had in Moto G5 Plus, and here we have got something, and in this we have got the depth enabled mode and professional mode. I will check the depth enable mode here. So maybe you can see the quality is pretty good, but one thing I have noticed, it does lag once we click the photos. So maybe Moto would be fixing it in their future updates. So I will, if I get time, I will dedicatedly make a camera video for this phone, but as of now and in this price range, I find this camera to be pretty decent, and let's see in future updates, maybe Moto would improve their camera. So I have tested the cameras, and I will be posting some of the sample shots which I clicked with it, and let's. And now coming to Moto gestures, like other Moto phones, this one has also got the Moto gestures. So if you twist your hand twice, so it opens the camera for you. And similarly, flashlight gestures and other gestures are there, you can have a look at it. So this is also a good thing to have. And then yeah, in all, I find this phone pretty good. It's a decent mid-range phone. Now moving on to cons of this phone, that I didn't find many cons, but still few of the cons are there. And the first con which I found, or which I didn't like in this phone, is that it has got only 3000 milliamp hour battery. Even though the battery life is good, it would sustain a day, but still it would be good to have bit updated battery as compared to Moto G5 Plus. The next thing which I didn't like in this phone is that the camera shutter does lag a bit. Maybe they would improve it in their future updates, but as of now, while clicking photos, it does lag. And second thing which I didn't like in this phone is that again it has got no LED, physical LED notification light. So again you'll have to rely on the Moto display for all your notifications. So maybe they could have provided a LED which becomes handy for notifications. Then in all, it's a good phone. Every phone does have a pros and cons. So here are the pros and cons listed again on the screen. Maybe it would be helpful for you all to judge the phone before purchasing it. So this is this was a quick review for this phone. Hope you guys liked it, and if you haven't subscribed, so this was a quick review for this phone. Hope you guys liked it, and if you haven't subscribed our channel yet, please do subscribe our channel, and hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.